Good morning and welcome to my hobby table. As you can see on the table here today, I've got the camera here shooting this way, so I should probably be doing it like this. I have a beautiful engine box here, and the engine inside is externally it's very beautiful also. This video is titled The Beautiful Disaster. Now this just arrived in the mail today to me from a friend of mine, Terry, and he gave this engine to me for free, and soon you'll understand why. But last year sometime he offered this up to me. He was going to sell me this engine. Now it's not this engine, it's this engine. He offered to sell this to me, and at the time I refused because I don't know why I refused. Either the price wasn't right, I didn't need it, or what. I don't know why. And now I'm kind of wishing I hadn't refused that because of what happened to this engine. It would have been very interesting. So I'm going to just open this up and show you and tell you the little bit of the story that I know about this engine. So here it is. It came with this beautiful instruction manual that just is incredible. I mean, these engines are just really awesome, and I wish there was something that could be done to remedy this engine, but soon you'll find that there's probably little that can be done. Hobby Stop 1184 HP 49. Here's the original tag on it, $119.95 plus tax, so $127.15 in 1984. Wow, so this engine dates back, and here's the actual receipt. I'm not sure what this is here. This, yeah, 128. So minus 80. I don't know what's going on there. Hobby Stop West, Toledo, Ohio. So here it is, and this engine is just, here's the exhaust. It goes with the VT49, Hertenberger VT49 engine. Just, I mean, look at this. This engine was, for all intents and purposes, was a brand new engine when it was offered to me. Terry started to run it and was doing some break-in runs, and off the top of my head I don't remember what fuel he said. I'll put it on the screen here. I can't remember what fuel. I don't have the email open, but here's the piston. So maybe this will be a clue for you that something isn't right with this engine, because the piston is not in the engine, and that's the unfortunate part about this. So here's a nice piston. Doesn't even, he ran, like, I think he said he ran 6 runs through it. And then something really horrible happened on the 6th run. And this is part of what the horrible thing that happened was, is he believes, and I got a picture, the picture he sent to me of, he took this apart, and I don't know that I'm going to have the time to do that at this point here. If there's interest, I will take this apart. I just don't have the time at this very moment, but I did want to at least get this video on here and acknowledge Terry for his generosity. So here's the engine. It's beautiful. I mean, look at this thing. These are actually very beautiful engines, which is the way, okay, it goes like this. Very beautiful engines. Very unique. I know it's not fully seated in there, but I think it's because this screw is screwed in there. But let me see if I can just kind of, maybe it'll fit up in there. Yeah, it's going up in there. Okay, so here we go. So this is what this beautiful, interesting engine looks like. And I've had one of these on the channel before. I'm still not used to this camera angle, so I'm trying to figure out the best way to display this. I mean, it's beautiful, but the picture shows that it looks like this ring is what they were using to retain the cylinder within the head, because during the 6th run this ring broke, and I'm not certain what kind of noise that would have made or what would have happened, but apparently it came to a very abrupt halt, I would assume. So this thing is really not all that tough to take apart. Maybe I got time here to just quickly pop this thing apart and then throw it in the box and put it back together. I don't know that this thing is salvageable. In fact, I think if it was salvageable, Terry probably would have attempted to salvage it. Either the cost-wise, parts-wise, it's not salvageable. There's some reason why I have this engine and Terry is not still maintaining this engine, because maybe its parts are just not available, or you know, it's cost exorbitant to repair. But this shouldn't take about a second here to just pop this case, this split case apart and see, so you can actually get first-hand view of what it looks like inside, because it'll be interesting for me. I've got a lot going on today and don't have a whole heck of a lot of time, but I think since I'm doing this, it's probably well worth it. That way you don't have to sit and wait for another video. And as far as I recall from opening these things up, that's really all I need to do. It should just come right apart, I believe. Maybe I need a mallet or something here to... It should just, yeah, here we go. I don't think I need to do that. I think I just need to kind of... There we go. Okay, here we go. So this is the lower portion that looks really good. Pardon me for moving all around here, but I'm looking at my viewfinder. So this is the lower portion of the engine. And this is really just kind of a cool thing just to look at, and how the engine is designed. I mean, it's basically a brand new engine, which is just really unfortunate. Here is where the damage is. Hopefully you can see clearly that, I don't know if all of this is here or if part of it's gone. I don't know if, obviously I can see where this ring was probably in here, sprung very tight to hold that piston in, or hold the sleeve in place. So I'm trying to visualize what would have happened here. It pops out and then abruptly stops, but I don't know if the markings there are the lower portion of the cylinder disintegrated and got ingested. It doesn't look like anything was ingested in here. It looks like just the retaining mechanism for the sleeve gave way, and it's hard to tell from here if it looks like the case actually gave way. So I don't know if this could just be a matter of trying to get that sleeve out, you know, take the head all off and this intake off, and see if you could get the sleeve out to replace the sleeve, or if that's just a permanent fixture in there and you're just kind of done. Kind of like if it's like a Sato head, if the sleeve is dead on a Sato head, it's a new head. So I don't know if fixing this would require a whole new upper portion like this, or if that could be removed and installed. I don't have the tools, the means necessary to do that. So if that is their retention mechanism, is simply some kind of a spring ring that's supposed to hold that in place, I would say that's a huge design flaw, and I wonder if anybody that watches this video will have heard of, had any experience with, or have ever seen anything like this before, because it didn't seem like Terry was running any kind of bad fuel, or you know, the wrong fuel, or anything like that. So it's like, why, what would cause this to happen? So this is a pretty horrible thing, and I'm just gonna probably put this thing back together and say, yes, it's a beautiful looking engine, and this can be a display engine, but I honestly don't believe that there's any way that I can repair that. So that just sucks, because I mean, it's a beautiful engine, but it would have been kind of fun to run this on the channel again. And seeing as I'm saying that, you can go and do a search on the channel page for HP VT49. I may even have might even have a playlist for that, because I had one of these and I ran it several times. And of the VT engines from Hertenberger that I've had, and I've had several, the small, the 21, the 25, I think for the car or whatever, Of the ones that I had, the larger one, the VT49, was by far the best running, best behaving, best operating engine. Now I had a 21, and there's many videos on that 21 that I just could not get that darn thing to run at all. And that really turned me sour on these engines. But in all honesty, the 49 was a really nice engine that I had, and it ran beautifully. So I don't know if anybody's got any kind of information on how, when, if they've ever seen this type of failure happen before, or if they have any kind of information as to whether this thing could potentially be salvaged, or if they potentially have a head that they'd be willing to part with, because I have a funny feeling that you're going to need this whole upper portion here. I mean, I just don't see that there's any other way around it. But the piston itself did not look like it suffered any real damage at all. I mean, there's a little bit of scuffing here on the skirt, but it's a ringed piston, so that wouldn't impact compression at all. The connecting rod doesn't look like it, you know, obviously it didn't ingest ball bearings because they're intact. So it doesn't look like this piston is bad. So I've got a parts engine here, I guess is what you could say. It's just that the major part of the parts engine is destroyed. So, you know, potentially, since this was given to me, I'm not going to sell the parts. I don't do that. But, you know, I might be willing to trade some things for this. I don't know. Otherwise, I'll just keep it here and put it on the stand, one of these little stands here, and just look at it, because it is a beautiful engine to at least look at. Bottom line there. It doesn't look like, did he send the glow plug that it came with it? No, he didn't. I don't see the plug. But anyway, so that's our video today. What did I call it here? Beautiful disaster. That's our beautiful disaster video for today. Thank you all for watching.